Hey there and welcome. Today, you're not just watching something, you're being recruited. We're looking for a few good digital detectives, and you're at the top of our list. Your mission is all about learning how to navigate the online world safely and smartly.
So I've got one question for you. Are you ready for your first mission? Your training starts right now.
All right, let's get right into it. Your main job, your big mission as a digital detective, is to keep yourself and others safe online. It's kind of like learning the rules of the road. You got to know how to spot the dangers and what to do when things get, well, a little weird.
You know how every great detective has a code they live by? Well, you've got one too. It's called digital citizenship. Really, it's just a fancy way of saying you're a good, safe, and responsible person online. You know, just like you are in real life. This is the bedrock of everything we're about to talk about.
Okay, let's crack open our very first case file. This one's a biggie. Fact or fiction? See, one of the most important jobs for any detective is being able to tell what's real and what's totally fake.
I want you to think about the internet like it's the biggest library you've ever seen. I mean, it's got endless books and information. But there's a catch. Unlike a real library, anyone can just walk in and put a book on the shelf. And you guessed it, some of those books are completely made-up stories designed to fool you.
And that brings us to a detective's #1 rule of investigation. You have to remember this. Just because a post has 1 million likes or shares, that doesn't make it true. Popularity does not equal proof. You've got to stay skeptical and always dig a little deeper.
So how do you do that? How do you dig deeper? Well, use your special detective tool, the SIFT method. It's super easy, just 4 steps. First, S, stop. Just take a breath before you believe it or share it. I, investigate the source. Who's telling you this? F, find other coverage. Are other trustworthy places saying the same thing? And T, trace it back to the original source. Easy, right?
Let's try it out. Look at these 2 headlines. Cats can fly to the moon tomorrow. Okay, that's pretty obviously fake, right? Our detective senses are tingling on that one. But what about the second one? New game helps students recognize fake news. That sounds totally believable. And that's why this is so important. Even stuff that sounds real needs a quick SIFT before you trust it.
Awesome work, detective. Case closed on that one. Now, let's move on to our next case file. This one's all about battling the sneaky privacy pirates. These are the folks online who try to steal your personal clues, which is just another way of saying your private information. But hey, before we can protect our clues, we've got to know what they are. So what exactly is personal data? What kind of info about you should be kept totally top secret?
You got it. Think of this stuff as the crown jewels. We're talking about your full name, where you live, the name of your school, your phone number, and especially your passwords. If that information gets into the wrong hands, those privacy pirates can cause all sorts of trouble. This is the treasure they're always hunting for.
This brings us to the single most important rule in this entire case file. If a website or an app or even a person online asks for any of those personal clues, your first move is always the same, no exceptions. You stop what you're doing and go ask a trusted adult, like a parent or a teacher, before you share a thing.
You're doing an amazing job. Okay, time for our third and final case file, online friends. The social side of the internet is awesome, but the friends you make online are just a little bit different from the friends you have in the real world.
It's pretty simple when you break it down. Your real-world friends, those are people you actually know in person. You see them at school, they're part of your family, or they live down the street. But internet friends, they're people you've only ever talked to through a screen.
And here is the most important thing you need to burn into your brain. Someone you only know online is still a stranger. It doesn't matter if you've been chatting for a week or a year. And that's why the biggest safety rule of all is to never, ever agree to meet an internet friend in person without talking to your parents first. And remember, your gut feeling is like your own personal alarm system. If a conversation or a person online ever makes you feel uncomfortable or sad or just weird, that is a major red flag. Don't ignore it and don't keep it a secret. Tell a trusted adult right away.
Well, look at that. You've cracked all 3 case files. Your training is complete. You know what that means, right? It's graduation day. So let's go over the official tools you've earned for your digital detective toolkit.
Check them out.
You've got your magnifying glass to ask questions and spot those fakes. You've earned your shield to protect your personal data from privacy pirates. You've got your whistle to blow for help from a trusted adult anytime you feel unsafe. And finally, you've got your lock and key to make strong, secret passwords. Now, that lock and key might be one of your most powerful tools. A strong password is like a secret code that guards all your online accounts. The trick is to make it long, use a different one for every single website, and make it super hard for anyone to guess.
Congratulations, detective. You did it. You have the skills, you have the tools, and you have the mission. The online world is out there and it's full of incredible things to discover, but also dangers to avoid. So, I have one last question for you. What are you going to investigate first?